feeling good as hell.
I started it, so we caught you. Say the intro.
You missed it. You should have started it a little bit sooner.
I know. I didn't know you were going to do it.
Bring
do it
us
again.
in,
do
babe.
it again. Do it again.
You want me to do it again?
Yeah, you've sounded good.
I throw my hair back, check my nails. Baby, how you doing? Feeling good as hell. Bring us in, babe.
Welcome to
Coco
Caliente.
So we were trying out our singing skills
It's
this
really
morning.
fun to sing on this thing.
Yeah, make sure it really brings out your voice when you're on here. And as I'm talking, I'm trying to listen to myself. So that's sometimes I'll talk slower. But it is really cool. So if you guys ever have a chance, definitely, I guess.
I think it's the headphones.
It's
right?
the headphones,
Yeah.
but it's also the microphone and the filter.
You feel like you could be a famous singer with some auto-tune for me.
Or I could be like like the Morgan Freeman narrator talking about things as I'm looking at Nicole.
Do you know what's hilarious is people from Love Island USA, which I don't think you caught an episode because you're so busy.
Yeah.
But they think that you're like the voice narrator. I got
really?
so many messages. And he's like a really funny narrator where he says, okay, like all of our budget's gone from this song. And then they would play like a song. And they're like, tell Victor he's doing such a good job being the narrator of Love Island. And it kind of sounds like you. It's more of like your personality. But maybe if you like, you know how you can change your voice to make it sound like, even on Big Brother, like the voice of Big Brother. In real life, it sounds a little different when you talk to him. And then when he does it, it's like, oh my gosh.
Exactly, yeah. Well, he's like one of the producers. And then when you see him, and then you see him in person and you talk to him and then he changes his voice to like, you know.
Yeah, welcome to Big Brother. It's like, oh, that's where it comes from.
Yeah, it's really cool. It's really cool.
So Victor had his first experience at Cheeseburger Festival in Caseville. Tell us, we went yesterday. It just started on Friday.
Yep.
It's like a 2-week-long festival celebrating cheeseburgers, and like everyone wears beads, flamingos. There's a big parade on Wednesday.
Yeah.
How was it?
It was cool, and it's exactly how you guys heard it. Cheeseburger Festival, a festival dedicated to cheeseburgers. And so basically what they do is they have a bunch of these restaurants that have stands set up all up and down the street, and they're basically competing in a cheeseburger competition.
Right.
And it's so awesome. I had a burger yesterday. It was called the Yummy Burger, I think.
Yeah.
And it was so good. It was like on this homemade, it looked like pita bread. It had, I don't know, had a bunch of different
Swiss
things.
cheese, special sauce,
Parmesan cheese, bacon, I think.
Yeah, and when I used to work at a restaurant in college. I worked at Cheeseburger Festival, Riverside Roadhouse in Caseville.
I wish I could see you working there.
They had like 10 choices, so they were really cool. Like it was very off the wall, like a Hawaiian burger with pineapple and barbecue, or like a blue cheeseburger with all these weird things, or it would be like a bourbon burger, or there was literally like 10 choices. And it was just kind of like, well, the stand we went to yesterday only had 2 choices.
Only had 2.
But we went to the stand who won in 2018.
Yeah.
So I figured if he's going to eat a burger, I want to pick one of the best.
Yeah, and the stand that won this year the line was entirely too long.
Oh, they already picked the winner?
Yeah, I saw it. It said 2019, and the line was all the way down the street, and I was like, there's no way we're going to go eat there. But it's a really cool, like, it was a great Saturday event. Like, the weather was perfect. People were out and about having a good time. They got all the shops, and they're selling mom and pop, homemade things. And we actually bought some bag toss bags, like those bean bags.
That's cool.
They actually have corn in them for your parents, so that was nice.
They just need to get on the Veggieburg train.
I love, and that's for me, everybody does. Well, I wouldn't say everybody. I don't know everybody, but most people, we love food. And having an event based around food is such a great idea. And I miss, since we're in a small town, I miss food trucks so much.
This is kind of like a food truck.
It's kind of. I don't know. I love going to places where they have food trucks everywhere, and then you can just, bounce around.
I just ate French fries.
Because she doesn't eat meat, so she ate French fries
did you hear what I
and green
said?
beans.
I said they have to get on the Veggieburg train.
Yeah. Well, and that's funny. It's because of the area we live in, I think. Because if we lived, remember when we were in Colorado, and they had was it Colorado, and they had the food trucks everywhere?
Yeah, there's always vegetarian options.
There's always vegetarian options, yeah. We even went to that one complete vegetarian restaurant, which I didn't know, and I ordered something that I thought was meat, and it was definitely not meat. I didn't put two and two together.
He thought he picked this place. Okay, it was really cool and like hipster.
I picked it for Nicole.
Yeah, he picked it and he's like, okay, they got meat and they have vegetarian options. And I was like, or vegan options. I was like, Vic, I think that usually that's the reason that a restaurant is vegan is because they don't want to sell meat. And he goes, no, they have like burgers. So
I honestly, look, it would only make sense though because the percentage of the population that's actually vegan compared to not, like most people would have. No,
I don't think so. I think a huge proportion of the population is vegan in a place like Denver.
Okay, but Nicole, realistically speaking, if you do the numbers, there's way more people that eat meat that don't eat meat. All I'm saying is 9 times out of 10, you have a friend. If you're vegan, you have a friend that eats meat, right? So what more logical thing to do is like have a vegan restaurant and then have just a little portion that just has, a couple things that have meat on them.
As a person who doesn't eat meat, I don't agree with that because I would rather see you later to those people and not serve an animal on a platter. That's my opinion.
Well, okay, that makes sense if that's their
what I mean?
If that's their prerogative.
If they want to make all this money and be like, I want a half vegan restaurant to attract them and a half meat restaurant to attract them.
That point of view, I understand what you're saying if you have that point of view, right? If I made a restaurant and I was like, I wouldn't say it to, I can make more money by both sides of it. No, I'd be like, I'm understanding. I understand that some people don't eat meat and some people do. And those people that want to eat together at a restaurant and have a good time and still have a good atmosphere,
there you go.
They can at my restaurant. You know what I mean?
So you would do it because you know firsthand what it's like being with me, and you want to make me feel like you and I can go on a date and have the meal of our choice.
Because that sometimes when we go somewhere,
one of us has to give up.
Or either that, or we spend like 20, 30 minutes on Yelp looking at what restaurants have vegan or vegetarian options.
Yeah, that's a really good point.
Yeah.
From my perspective.
She's like money hungry. Yeah, animals, this, that. We can just rake in the cake. It's like, no, that's not. But I understand from the restaurant's point of view.
It would have to be put on by someone who's not a vegan, I feel like.
Well,
yeah, you would be perfect because it's like considerate of you. And for me, it's like,
I don't want any animals on the plate. I can't do that. I get it. I get that. That makes sense. From the person probably that started that restaurant, they probably are completely vegan and they're like, no, we're not serving any animals.
Because sometimes, you took a couple bites before you knew it wasn't an animal.
Well, no, I took one and I was like, this is kind of weird, but maybe it's like how they make their burgers. And then I took another one.
He asked the waiter in the vegan restaurant, he's like, is this meat? And they're like, it's vegan meat. And they're like, he's like, I thought this was a real burger when I ordered it. I'm like crouching down in the corner and everyone's looking at us. I was like, Victor, it's a vegan restaurant.
I don't know. Well, needless to say, I didn't finish the burger. I think I ate like half of it or less.
But come on.
It was an experience, right? It was an experience. And we had a great time in Colorado that time.
Yeah.
I miss
that time, but not the time before.
The time before.
We never had a time before.
I was like,
you said that time, so I was like thinking, did we ever go any other time?
We didn't go any other time.
So talking about Victor's smelly pits, something that has recently helped him is Native products, which is his deodorant that he uses. So tell him about
one of Native products. Yep, deodorant. Basically, it's like they make their products with like really simple ingredients. They're safe, simple, effective products. Their deodorant they make without aluminum, parabens, or talc, and they try to keep it simple. So it's like just more simple ingredients. So this one, for example, has coconut oil, which is an antimicrobial shea butter. Do I always say that wrong?
I don't know.
Basically, it's a moisturizer, and then they got the tapioca starch, which absorbs the wetness, and they never do any animal testing, and they do free shipping and returns, which is awesome.
And it hangs out. It's good for your workouts. Like, you don't...
Yeah, it's not like a cheap, deodorant where it's like, we're just trying to save money on this. Like, no, that's not what it is.
It's actually kind of more expensive, but it's worth it.
Yes.
I get my mom a prescription Subscription. I get those two messed up sometimes.
Prescription or subscription?
Subscription. Because aluminum is linked to breast cancer, and I'm a freak about that kind of thing. So I get it for my mom, and I make her use it because it works really well, and I don't want the aluminum to cause breast cancer.
Yeah. No, and it's really good. Like the scent that I have is like cucumber and mint. And it works really well for me. And like Nicole said, it holds up for my workouts. It holds up, for the long days that I have. And it's really good. And they have literally over 8,000 5-star reviews.
Yeah, and there's unscented if that's something you're interested in. So if you have sensitivities, I use coconut and vanilla. No surprise there.
Coco.
And there's free returns and exchanges in the U.S., so no risk to try.
Yeah. So with our code... the promo code is Coco. You can get 20% off of your first purchase. Mm-hmm. And all you got to do is visit nativedeodorant.com and use the promo code Coco at checkout. Again, you get 20% off your first purchase. Visit native, N-A-T-I-V-E, deodorant, D-E-O-D-O-R-A-N-T.com and use the promo code Coco during checkout.
I hope you enjoy. Okay, so something, a weird topic. You have no idea what I'm going to bring up.
Okay, here we go.
When I dream about something, mm-hmm. I get so mad. Like, I will be so mad at you in my dream.
Oh, I hate this so much.
This
is the worst.
I will ignore him.
Any guys, or girls rather, any of the ladies listening that tend to do this to their spouse or significant other, don't. Because it is not fair to the person that is sleeping next to you with no cares in the world to wake up to an angry partner in the morning.
I can't help it. So I will just fall asleep. I watch a lot of shows like How to Get Away with Murder. Scandal used to be my thing. I watch like some really, what kind of shows are those?
Let me tell you what.
Like Handmaid's Tale.
Let me tell that story from my perspective. I wake up this morning, right, and I turn to Nicole and I'm like trying to, put my head and cuddle her a little bit, and she's like, "I broke up with you last night." And I'm like, "What?" She's like, "Yeah, I was so mad because you were flirting with other girls."
One girl. I don't even know who she was.
You were flirting, and you were giving her the same lines that you gave me.
Yep.
And I just walked up and I whispered in your ear, "It's over."
Yeah, because I didn't want to make a scene.
And I was like, and I've learned, because this isn't the first time that Nicole has done that. She's literally woken up just like, won't talk to me. And then I got to be like, all right, like, what the heck is going, like, I went to sleep and we were fine, and I wake up and something's wrong. Like, what did I do? Did I hit you while I was sleeping or something? And no, it's like, well, I had a dream about you, and you cheated on me in my dream, and I'm mad.
Yeah.
And it's like, literally nothing I can do but be like, baby, I love you. I did not do that.
It's weird because these feelings I get are so strong, like it actually happened. So you were just like, it was weird. It was like I was all of a sudden in How to Get Away with Murder.
Oh, and and this is beside the fact that she started dating somebody.
I had another boyfriend.
Yeah, she had another boyfriend in this dream.
And now I'm like really attracted to him.
Yeah, so there's that.
It's weird. It's like if you... you guys, you know who it is? It's the bad guy Frank off of How to Get Away with Murder, but he's a bad guy, but he's not really a bad guy. And now I like woke up and I was like, okay, now I'm like, he's my boyfriend and he protects me.
It's so crazy, but the thing is, I can't get mad at that because I was the bad one last night in the dream.
Yeah, you were.
She broke up with me because I was bad, and now she has a new boyfriend. So
Yep.
I'm over here like, all right, this is really weird.
Yep.
How do I assess this situation? What is the proper way to go about this? And I don't know if there's a really good answer for that besides just don't say anything, smile and nod and say, I love you, baby.
Yeah. Do you ever have dreams like that where you get mad?
No, not really.
I feel like
it'd be very rare if that happens. Like that's
mine are so real. Like I was literally in an episode of How to Get Away with Murder last night with Frank as my boyfriend. And he was protecting me, and people thought I killed someone, and I didn't. And
Nicole basically immersed herself in the show How to Get Away with Murder.
Yeah, and it's been like 5 days. But no, I finished it.
But you binged it.
Yeah, but it was like 5 days ago, so I don't know why all of a sudden I'm dreaming of Frank.
Oh my God.
Okay, anyway, so I do get really mad at Victor. He'll just do something stupid in my dream, and then I'll just carry it over for about 12 hours. I guess that can be our weird or normal. Do you guys do that? It's so hard to, or maybe it's not even Victor.
That doesn't even constitute a weird or normal, because that's just weird.
Okay, no, because my mom, sometimes even if I fight with, say, my friends in my dream, I wake up mad at them. It's not just you. Or if it's someone from high school that was like mean to me back in the day, and then I'm like fighting all night in my dream, and I wake up and I'm like exhausted. I'm like, man, that girl hasn't changed. You know? So it's not just you. It only happens to you probably like 4 times so far, which I don't feel like is that much because I see you every day. And it's never like he did something really bad. He was just talking to a girl on the couch, and I heard him feed her like a line he fed me, and I was like, I went and whispered, classy, we're done.
It's over.
It's over.
That's not a weird or normal. You know, I have a weird or normal that we can do really quick.
That's not weird though. Okay, go.
So remember I was telling you about the cereal guy, right?
Oh yeah. Yep.
So
you were telling me.
I was telling. So basically, this guy named Kellogg, and I can't remember his first name, but you know, like the Kellogg cereal.
Yes.
He invented cereal back in like 1891 or 1890? It was 1891, something like that. Well, basically, as he was working in this like sanitarium, it's like a health. It's like a lifestyle. It's almost like a religious lifestyle that they had in this sanitarium, and they had doctors and how to live healthy and everything. And he learned how to make like flake cereal.
Yeah.
And it was private. And then there was this other guy that came to that sanitarium one time, and his name was Post. His last name was Post, like Post cereal. And he stole his idea. And so they became rivals in the cereal titan industry.
I feel like that's not fair.
Isn't that crazy? Like, anyway, cereal. When I get my cereal, I pour my cereal and I let it sit. As in, I put the...
This was a listener, which are called Coco Locos now.
Yeah, okay.
A Coco Loco came up with this also.
A Coco
so this
Loco
is like
came
really
up with
good.
this. So
yeah.
I put my cereal in the bowl, and then I pour the milk in, and I'll let it sit for a couple minutes before I eat it, because I like my cereal soggy, and I think that's normal.
I don't. I will pour my cereal, and I will barely pour any milk because I don't really like the extra milk after. It kind of grosses me out, which, yeah. And, I use almond milk. And it just, I don't like it soggy. I like it crunchy. If it gets soggy, it's ruined.
Well, for me, I don't want to break my teeth, and it's all I hear is... You know, and I feel like, especially like Fruit Loops or something like that.
Oh, yeah, Fruit Loops are not hard. Do you know how strong your teeth are?
It doesn't matter how strong my teeth are, honey.
You don't have a problem pulling a steak like you're an animal into your mouth and tearing and crunching
tender.
On that.
It doesn't crunch. Okay, the only comparison I can make is maybe chips. I don't like my chips soggy, but for some reason, cereal, I don't like it like to be super crunchy. And then I put more milk than I need, because then I drink that milk with all that, you know, the sugar and all the flavor from the cereal down, and it tastes amazing.
That's most people are going to say they do that as well.
Yeah,
it's not normal for me to just put a little bit of, like, is milk necessary in cereal? Is what I'm wondering.
Yeah, and I think it's weird when people just eat cereal out of the bag with no milk or anything, like raw. I would consider that raw.
I prefer that.
When you eat cereal raw. I don't know. That's just my preference.
But, like, it depends on if you're eating cereal that's super... So, what's your favorite cereal?
Recently, it's been Wheaties, like the frosted Wheaties, you know?
You're the worst.
But before, when I was growing up, it was... And the only reason is because I've been moving away from the very sugary stuff. But it used to be like Fruity Pebbles and Cocoa Pebbles.
No, I don't like those either.
No?
No, my mom grew up not letting me eat those because her dad wouldn't let her eat those because it's so sugary. But that's good for you. That's what you like.
Would you?
The best cereal ever.
Okay, this is just opinion based.
Which is the lowest form of intelligence. is So you mix cereal. You guys try this. Half Applejack, half Frosted Flakes.
See, and that's something that we weren't allowed to do in our household.
What?
Why are you opening 2 bags of cereal?
I learned this in college, bro, and I had full freedom.
Yeah, that's different. And then you're talking about the cafeteria where they just have it out.
Yeah,
right?
I don't think I ate much. I didn't eat much cereal as like a kid. I don't think.
Yeah, because my
What
mom
was my
would throw a
favorite?
fit if I opened
Cinnamon
2 bags of
Toast
cereal.
Crunch is every kid's favorite.
Cinnamon
I feel.
Toast Crunch was really good. And before, do you remember when Cinnamon Toast Crunch was actually the little breads?
Okay, did they change?
They
Because I
changed it,
completely
yeah.
remember. I thought that was a different cereal. No, that's called French Toast something.
No, that's Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
No, that was French Toast something.
No way.
Yes, I remember
No.
that because I went over to my cousin Lakin's house, and her mom Tracy always had it, and I was obsessed because it looked like little toast, and it was called French Toast something.
Are you sure?
Yes, we have to look that up. We should fact check it at the end.
Our listeners have to tell us which one is.
Because there was no even sugar on the outside of those little French breads.
Yeah, it was Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
No, it wasn't. It was like a French Toast Crunch.
It's a French Toast Crunch. So it's the exact same thing with one name change.
I don't know what it was called, but it's not the same thing. It's not.
I just remember seeing those little, and they were good.
They were
And
cute. I was obsessed with the little toasts.
It looked like little pieces of bread.
But why would that be called cinnamon toast? Oh, I guess it could be. Maybe you're right.
Because it's toast. It's like bread toast, Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Do we need to hire a Monica Padman to do our... Not her, but someone
Monica
else.
Padman.
To do a fact check, because last week we screw up quite a bit. Like, we say things and then I get a bunch of DMs.
We never, yeah. Well,
that are just like, because do you
guys,
know that
we are not experts in anything. Let me just start with that. We could be completely wrong about things we're saying. Obviously, this is very just opinion-based, life experience, trying to put our best foot forward.
But Victor is a very intelligent human being. So I would say he's above average on intelligence on multiple things. So it's good having
that.
you on here to kind of level things out. But don't let that go to your head.
It just grew like 5 times. So I know Nicole and I were always, bubbly and happy and everything, but there are some times in our lives and in everybody's lives where things do get difficult. Mm-hmm. And for that, there's this company called BetterHelp. And so if there's anything that interferes with your happiness or is preventing you from achieving your goals, BetterHelp Online Counseling is there for you. Mm-hmm. They have licensed professionals, counselors who are specialized in depression, stress, anxiety, relationships, sleeping, anger, self-esteem. They really cover everything. They have 3,000 U.S. licensed therapists across all 50 states, and they're available worldwide. They can communicate with you via text, chat, phone, and video, and you can start communicating in under 24 hours.
So right from your home, that's really, it's nice that you don't have to go somewhere and get anxious about going, to talk to someone. Exactly.
And it's anything you share is completely confidential. And if you're not happy with your counselor for any reason, you can request a new one at any time for no additional charge. Mm-hmm. And so get help on your own time and at your own pace, and you can schedule secure video or phone sessions plus chat and text with your therapist. It's affordable, it's convenient, secure, professional, and best of all, with our discount code Coco, mm-hmm. you can get 10% off your first month. That's again, our discount code is Coco, COCO. So why not get started today? Go to betterhelp.com/Coco. Simply fill out the questionnaire to get help, and they assess your needs and get matched with a counselor you'll love. That's betterhelp.com/Coco.
But I was going to say, when we talked about the Mrs., Mr., mm-hmm. Miss was created in the 1960s. Oh God, I'm going to get it wrong again.
Oh, here we go.
Don't quote me. I read what people said, and it was the 1960s when there was a women empowerment thing, and they don't want you to know if she's married or not because Mr. doesn't. It's to show, not to say Mrs. or Miss. Miss is MS is just. It's none of your business.
Got you. That's smart.
Makes sense.
I can dig like Mr. Like you're saying.
Mr.
can be married or single.
Yeah, it's not like Mr. with 2 R's is married.
Yeah.
So it's just kind of keeping the playing field level.
Equality.
Yeah.
Which is what we're for here at Coco Caliente Podcast. But anyway, so I don't know what to say now.
Okay. Well, we are going to now have 2 guests on that are a couple, and we're super excited to have them.
Yes, very interesting conversations, very fun topics, and I think you guys are really going to enjoy.
And yeah, so enjoy. I screwed that up. Okay, we're fine. I'll just keep it in.
Roll it.
You might know them from The
You do
Bachelor,
know them, I feel.
Bachelorette, Bachelor in Paradise, Jade and Tanner, Tolbert.
What's up?
Hey.
What's up? So which one of you is Coco? Which one of you is Caliente?
If you had a guess, who would you think?
You're pretty Caliente, buddy.
Yeah, he's a caliente.
100%. I'm the
Spice.
Caliente. She's my Coco.
Is that like a couple name you guys had on Big Brother, or
No, we actually just came up with it for the podcast.
they're cute little pet names?
Yeah, and I guess my Instagram's Coconut, so we kind of played off that. And then he's Spanish, speaks Spanish,
Yeah.
and so we're like, let's do a little bit of like spicy.
And it's like, it's a pun on like, drinking like Coco, like the tea.
Yeah.
But not the tea, a little bit more subtle than that because we're not gossipers.
I like it.
Just keeping it real, right?
Yeah.
Exactly. So I just, first of all, want to get into, a little bit of y'all's backgrounds, right? Like, let's even go before you guys met. Like, how'd you even get on The Bachelor, right?
Yeah, no, it's funny because we have two completely different stories. So I was living in LA, and one of my exes was in a circle of friends with a producer from the show. And once we had broken up, the producer, I guess, thought, hey, let's get Jade on the show. And I had a random call one day, and they were like, this is a reality TV show from ABC, and we got an anonymous submission. We'd love for you to come in. And I was like, what the heck is this?
Yeah.
And I called, and it was The Bachelor, and I was like, this is either my mom or this is Adam. And it ended up being Adam, one of the producers.
Okay.
And I was on Chris Solste's, and he was a farmer from Iowa. And I'm originally from Nebraska. So I think they thought, Midwestern roots, like they'll get along. And that's kind of... I went in for an interview, and at the end of the interview process...
Jade was a very last-minute addition. They always have a few spots for people, like, if they're looking for a certain character type or something that they're missing.
Some people know, like, 6 months ahead of time. They're going on the show, and I knew 3 weeks before filming started.
Oh, were you like, I got to go to the gym, I got to run, I got to buy all this stuff? You know what I mean?
Yeah, because some girls, they spend... I think there was one girl, Olivia Caridi. She said she spent $20,000 on dresses for the show.
Oh my gosh!
And I was like scrambling, like going through my friends' closets, like trying to figure out what to do.
That made me cry just now. $20,000. What?
She did get the first impression rose, though.
And then you had more of the traditional, like,
You applied?
interview style.
Yeah, my little sister nominated me because I got cheated on by my ex, and I was just like newly single and living the single life, and all of a sudden I got a call on the way to the Chiefs game with my buddies in the car, and they're like, hey, this is so and so from casting for The Bachelor. And I thought it was one of my friends like jacking with me. I was like, are you serious? And then we went through a whole litany of like video interviews and all that, happy horse shit, and all of a sudden here I am.
Does someone have to? Can someone apply themselves, or does someone have to like do it for you?
No, you can apply. Like a lot of people send in video submissions.
Oh, okay.
And they're obviously
Like pitch
a part
themselves.
of it. Yeah.
Okay.
And there's casting events that you can go to like around this.
So like
Open
calls.
calls
That's
and
kind of
stuff.
what we have too for Big Brother. Kind of.
Yeah.
I did
Yeah.
a video. Yeah. So.
You did?
Yeah, I did a video. And did you do in person?
I actually applied for the year that Nicole applied, and I made it like to the last round, and I didn't get in, right? So I was like, you know what, fuck this show. I don't watch it, really. If 2 years passed by, and they happened to have like an open audition, I was like, well, I'll just go and like kind of drop that I made it to finals 2 years ago.
Do you think that you would have gotten together had
Yeah,
you met
what the
back then? I
heck?
mean, that could have changed the course of things. As they say, timing is everything.
That
so.
is
Right.
crazy because for some reason I was two of the girls that got back on this season. He made it back on, so that's kind of crazy.
Fate.
And she was the only season I had ever watched a Big Brother.
Oh.
Wow.
I know.
Anyways,
It's crazy how things work. So then how does getting on to Bachelor in Paradise work?
You just kind of have to be memorable of some sort from your season. So that each season has like 25 to 30 singles on it. And then, probably 15 people of each sex go on Bachelor in Paradise over the course of the season?
Yeah, they pull them from all different seasons, but...
So you just have to be somewhat memorable. Or make it far enough, I guess. I mean, occasionally there's like a night one person that goes home that still makes it to Paradise, but that's usually more rare. usually you have to get to like, top 10 or so to have a chance. But luckily I made it far enough with Caitlin. And
Tanner had all the good commentary. They called him the Bachelor Almanac on his season.
Oh, I didn't know you were with Caitlin.
Yeah, I was with Caitlin's season. Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, me and her had like zero connection. It was straight friendship, and it was kind of the running joke throughout the house. I was like, I'm going home every week because like I know there's nothing here. But I had fun with it, and I had a lot of fun in they call them ITMs, the interviews, and so the show just kept me around. I think for that. And then as soon as she booted me off in Ireland, the producers said, "Hey, we want you on Paradise." Like literally, like 2 seconds after I got booted, so I pretty much knew I was going to be gone.
They're like, "We're shipping you straight to Paradise from here." Tanner was the instigator on his season. Nobody knows, but Tanner's favorite thing in life is to like put the dynamite out and like put like the little like, what do you call it?
The gunpowder.
The powder, and then he gives the match to somebody and lets them light it, and he watches it blow up.
That's funny.
Got to keep your hands clean, but still watch. Yeah.
So that's why they kept him around, I think. He was just the little instigator running around,
that's awesome.
causing the drama, but never a part of the drama.
Right.
Was it like love at first sight, right? Because that's what you guys met.
I mean, we knew who was like going to be on the beach, pretty much. You end up hearing rumors about who's going to be going. So Jade was on my like short list. She was really the only one I was interested in. Like actually, I would have faked it with other people probably, but I actually like had an interest in Jade.
Short list of one.
Yes.
Better be.
Right. So yeah, on day one, we had never met or anything, but I told Jade right then and there. I said, "Hey, listen, like if something works out between us, like I'll be serious about it. If not, that's cool. We can just be friends and hang, but you're the one I'm here for." And it worked out. So,
what was your list like?
Long as shit. Yeah.
Where do we start?
No, so I remember when they asked me if I wanted to be on Paradise, and they were like, "Go look at all the cast pictures of previous seasons. Tell us who you think's cute, who you're interested in." And have you guys seen those pictures? They're absolutely terrible.
No, but I mean, ours cast photos from Big Brother
pictures are horrible too.
Oh my god,
they make my nightmares come true. To be honest, but okay,
they're the worst. And so I looked at all these photos and I was like, "You guys, none of the guys are cute. Like, I don't know what to tell you. Like, I'm not gonna like anybody." And then Tanner, I was down on the beach first. It was like the first day, and there's these famous stairs that everybody does the entrance to.
Okay.
And I saw Tanner walk down, and I was like, "Oh crap." I was like, I'm in trouble. There was something about him instantly that I knew. And,
I can see it.
Yeah, and I went, "Oh, thank you."
Thanks, man.
And I went straight to the producer and I was like, "Hey, can you just give me a date card already? Because I just want to ask Tanner." Yeah. And they tried to do some like producer stuff where they tried to make it look like I was kind of interested in somebody else too, but it was pretty much Tanner day one.
Aww.
Yeah.
And so like when you guys got off the show, how did, because I'm assuming you guys were living in different places, right? Because typically somebody comes on a show and you're from everywhere. So how did your relationship like kind of flourish from there?
Jade had plans to go live with Carly in Nashville actually, and I was from Kansas City. And when things got serious, we were going to do like the long distance thing for like 6 months and like see how it went.
Okay.
But we got to the point where Jade was driving up from Nashville to Kansas City like every weekend. And
wow.
Yeah.
How far is that drive?
Like 9 hours.
Oh my gosh.
But you have to be secretive. You can't tell people. You can't go out in public the whole time. So she was like stashed in my living room. Couldn't go out. We couldn't do anything.
Mad cuddle sessions and Netflix.
Yeah, well, and you were working. Tanner was working like 55 hours a week at this point.
What were you doing?
I was the GM of a car dealership back home in Kansas City. Pre-Instagram husband. That was my job.
So I was doing all the traveling. And then so finally one day we were like, why are we doing this? Then I moved in. And I don't know if you guys have known, like, we kind of came out this year with, we had a miscarriage. We actually got pregnant on the show in Bachelor in Paradise.
Oh, wow.
And so that was another decision, I think, or another reason why we decided just to like move in together, because it was something we were going through and we just kind of needed that support.
It got serious real quick, obviously.
Yeah.
And so, but then we moved in together, and we 2 months later at the show, after the show finale aired, they approached us and they were like, "Do you guys want to get married on TV?"
That's awesome.
Yeah, because they were doing like a 20th anniversary show for The Bachelor and wanted a wedding to be part of it. And Caitlin and Sean were the only other engaged couple at this time, and I guess they weren't like ready.
Yeah.
So they asked us, and we're like, "Oh yeah, let's do it."
Yeah.
I mean, we were planning to probably get married that summer anyway, so we're like, it's only 5 months earlier than we were planning to get married. We're being crazy and impulsive anyways.
Yeah,
like,
we met in June, and they approached us in like October, November. And then we got married in January. So bang.
That's, you know what? And all I see is that down payment on a house I was going to go towards that wedding disappearing. You know what I mean? Like, that's awesome. That's really cool that they did that for you guys. Wow. So and like you said, they just kind of did everything, right? To get to like, oh, I want these colors and I want this. And like, how does that work?
I was still very much a part of the process. I just never had to.
But like the fun part, she didn't have to do any of the stuff she didn't want.
They were like the middleman for me. They did everything. They talked to all the vendors, but I still got to pick out everything. So
that's really cool.
I always wanted to be married under a willow tree ever since I was a little kid. And so at the venue, which is just 5 miles down the road from where we live now.
Oh, really?
They literally brought in with cranes these willow trees and put them all around the ceremony. It was beautiful. Wow. So they went above and beyond.
So
for
you
us.
got to pick the location and then they filmed it type thing. It wasn't on there.
They picked the location.
They picked it.
But she just got to pick out like colors and.
I mean, forget the location. If you can bring in willow trees,
right? Then you can,
it was awesome. We had Seal sang our first song. You know, they did it up big for us.
Our first dance. Yeah.
I got to YouTube that and watch it because that sounds awesome.
It is.
And I did nothing. I didn't plan a single thing.
And how did you guys decide to move? So from Kansas, right? How did you decide to move here?
Oh man, it was a long road. So I was super skeptical of all the post-show stuff. I was like, no one's going to care about us here in 6 months. Like, I'm not. This Instagram stuff's going to die. I'm sure y'all watched and see swipe ups and all that.
You went back to work like the week after the show.
Yeah, I got right back into my career and just figured whatever else we get is gravy. But the ads are still coming, and we're rocking and doing all the post-show stuff. And we talked about it for a long time. And 3 years later, I decided to quit and just said if we're going to quit and do the social media thing, may as well move somewhere where it's nice all the time.
Well,
here we are.
I actually have. Do you know who Jason Biggs is? Right, the actor. He was in American Pie.
I think so.
So
we have to.
You would know who
if
he
I
is.
saw a picture.
Well, okay, tell me
He's the guy that bangs the pie.
Oh,
okay.
the main guy.
The main guy.
So we gotta have him to thank in short for this because I was down here to film a pilot that he was a part of, and we were in LA, and we were like, we have a couple days to like go explore. Let's just imagine and rent a car and go down to the OC or Orange County and just pretend if we were buying a house where we would go.
Like 5 years down the road, pretend.
Right.
That was the plan.
And so I found this house because we had a horse at the time, and there's the equestrian center right here.
Which I'll pause you right there because on our way to your house, I thought that was the gate to go in, and I followed a car. Like they opened, I went in. Next thing I know, there's like equestrian, training stables, and I was like, "Where the heck did we end up?" I almost ran over a horse poop, but we found your place. Anyway, continue.
Yeah, so that's why I was like, "Let's go look at this house," because I was going to try to convince him that we could move our Kansas City life here. And we fell in love with the house, and the next day, Tanner's like, I just put in a lowball offer just to see what they'd say. And I was like, who are you? Because never, ever did I ever think you were going to do it. And then they accepted the offer.
Oh, my gosh. Wow. Awesome.
So then we were like, are we going to do this? Are you really going to quit your job and we're going to just move like halfway across the country and just start a new life? And we did.
We're very impulsive. We got engaged like that, married like that,
move like that.
Yeah.
And it's cool that you were, that you didn't just go crazy after the show too with like saying, oh, this is going to last forever, right? Being able to realize that, because I feel like a lot of people do that.
Yeah, most of my friends from the show like quit their jobs day one and just kind of like travel and do their little appearances and ride the wave. But I just never thought it would last. I wanted to try to be smart, and here I am anyways. So
no, but it worked out. I feel like you did the right. I know Nicole. She went right back to nursing. She basically has all her winnings in the bank still, and.
Yeah, girl.
Yeah. I just feel like you got to be smart about it because you never know.
Right.
So, how is it now? Like going from Bachelor, Bachelorette, Bachelor in Paradise, all that, kind of like single life together. Now you guys are parents. What is that? Because Nicole me and I, we're kind of going towards that track, right? We want to get married, have a kid, and all that. So, what's that like now for you guys?
I'll start it off just because two phases for me. When I was working, it felt very different. And now that I'm home, I'm like a stay-at-home dad almost all the time, I have way more respect, and it's a lot of work being a parent.
Good.
So like before, I'd go to work and I'd come home and like be cutesy with the baby for an hour. I'm like, all right, night, you know, and that was it. But now it's all day, every day, and it's a lot of work, but it is amazing. It's truly the best thing. I don't know if you guys want kids someday, but it's
100%.
Yeah, but it's amazing. We're super.
It's
super
funny
into it.
to watch because he's now understanding kind of the monotony of it being a stay-at-home mom. And some days I just see him like glaze over, and I'm like, this is what I've been through the last 2 years, buddy.
Yeah.
But it is the best thing in the world. I mean, we love it, and I mean, life does change though. It's so completely different.
Traveling changes, going to dinners and movies stop. So get all that out of your system, because it won't happen for a while when they're real little. But
and is it like, do you find yourself like trying to find friends now that have kids? Is that?
I just did my first mommy like meetup with a bunch of moms that live around this area yesterday, and it was a lot of fun. Cool. But it's definitely still hard. I feel like, I don't know, you can just get so wrapped up in like babiness that I don't know, we don't really have a lot of friends.
There's pros and cons, because people that have kids like relate to you, and you can bond on that level. But at the same time, it's kind of nice to like go hang out with your single friends, because you get like a little piece of your life back that you had before.
Yeah, and Tanner's mom, she moved down here last month.
Oh, nice.
And so now we have her here. So that's been really a huge help, because we were able to go to the movies, or if one of our friends is having an engagement party this week, and we get to go to that, and it's just so nice that we have some help. I feel like that's really important, because otherwise you're taking on the load yourself, and then that can put strain on the marriage, and then it's just a lot of fun.
How'd you convince your mom to move down here? Because that's a big move for her too, right?
Oh, she would follow us to the moon.
Are you an only child?
No, my sister, but she just moved to New York, and my mom
So she was there by herself still?
She's the only grandchild. My sister doesn't have any kids.
Got you.
She was just like, let's go.
Yeah. Yeah. Emerson's the only grandchild on both sides of the family.
Spoiled.
So she's got it made right now. Until this baby comes, actually.
Yeah, you have one in the oven. What's your due date?
August 10th.
August 10th.
I'm 6 months pregnant.
Okay, that's exciting.
Yeah.
I mean, Nicole and I want to have a kid, but we want to get married first, and I don't care, but Nicole cares more than I do, so, okay, Nicole.
I would be upset if it happened.
So you guys going to conceive like on the wedding night then? Is that the plan?
That'd be the first time we've ever slept together.
Yeah.
So.
All Texas once, buddy.
Well, that's cool. I'm happy for you guys, and it's really neat to see that transition, right, from like, if you look back, I mean, now you can look at the show however long ago it was, and to now it's like, wow, that's...
Right, yeah, you really think back and think of every little domino that had to fall your way. I mean, we had to both get casted at certain times, and then we had to make it far enough to make it to Paradise, and then everything had to go the right way there. I mean, if one change decision could change your entire life. So it's so evident.
What do you think your life would have been without those shows?
Oh, yeah, we've talked about that before, like... Because I was living in LA, and I was flying by the seat of my pants, and I still think I would just be doing that. I would just be winging it, trying to date people in LA, which is the worst. And I'm sure you would still be at your job.
Yeah, I would just be working, and I don't know, maybe single, maybe in a relationship, but just pretty normal.
You'd probably be in a relationship.
Yeah, probably.
You like to be in a relationship?
People in the Midwest just seem to get
you guys are all
more.
Midwesterners,
Yeah, me too.
The oddball here.
Yeah.
Well, and you really wanted to have a family, and I feel like that's probably something we had in grounded us as a couple. But I feel like for sure you would.
I'd be at least like
in a relationship,
have dated somebody.
Yeah, and all your friends are now starting to settle down. So.
Yeah, where we live, a lot of our friends are married, pretty much all married with kids.
Really?
Yeah,
we're behind.
It's the country, right?
Well, yeah.
We're
That's all there is to do, right?
Yeah. Make babies, have a farm, have babies to till the farm.
Yeah. Cheap labor.
That's true.
Yeah,
we want to have a farm someday.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's what we want to do. Right now we live in the town, which is really tiny. But we have like our starter home. It's perfect for now, but...
Like farm, like crops and stuff, or like horses and things like that?
Chickens, goats.
Okay, but I don't know if I'd want a working farm, if that's what you're referring to, where we have to have
Actually,
that.
like a couple cows and stuff.
Yeah, but I wouldn't be selling it to like a store, right?
Right,
You
okay.
know, milk for ourselves or eggs for ourselves.
Yeah,
Sure.
yeah.
A horse
Yeah.
for fun.
It's probably more fun. Yeah.
Exactly. Would you guys, since you guys do have the horse thing over here, are you guys wanting a horse?
Back home in Kansas City, we had 2 horses and 5 acres, but honestly, when with the babies, we just like didn't have time that we thought we would, and then with the move, we decided to sell them. We might revisit that
When
once
they
the
get
kids are
older.
older.
Yeah, I grew up with horses. So my grandpa had a quarter horse ranch.
Oh, wow.
And that was like,
That's awesome.
those were like some of my first memories is just riding horses at his farm. And then we always had 2 horses on our property growing up. And so that's something that was so special to me. And I want our kids to have that. And she loves the horses. She loves, like, we take walks by them and she'll be like, nay. It's so cute. And so if she expresses a passion for them, then I would love to get a horse here.
Yeah, and I think you probably might be able to just do even before you get a horse, do the courses, like the equestrian, classes and all that
just put her
stuff.
in lessons and see if she likes it. And it's just been too hard for me because I feel like I've been pregnant for like the last 3 years. Yeah, I don't know, 2.5 years. And so I don't really want to go riding when I'm pregnant because accidents do happen. And I've been in a couple and I couldn't imagine. So we've kind of put that on the back burner, but he doesn't really mess with the horses. He's
You're not a horse person?
It's just a lot of work. The juice is not worth the squeeze, in my opinion. But to each their own.
It's true though, because that's like those sports, even like horse racing, it's almost like an ego sport. Those guys just have a bunch of money to throw around. It's like, my horse is better than yours. You know what I mean? So
For sure, it's a status thing almost.
It's almost like tractor pulling. You know what I mean? Like, those guys aren't rolling in the dough when they're actually racing. They just put money into their trucks or whatever.
Well,
so
this area too, it's called San Juan Capistrano. It's the equestrian center of California.
Oh wow!
And so everybody around here, like, they all show horses. They all do the jumping. They all, and so everybody here is very much like that. It's definitely a status thing.
Noses up.
Yeah.
What?
So that's kind of intimidating because we would just want to do it for fun unless Emerson wanted to compete. But
Yeah, because I feel like it could be good therapy, honestly. That's why I want to live on a farm, kind of to escape Instagram and all that, go out with my animals. And
as long as you take photos of your horse and put them, right?
well, I was just going to say, do you follow Joanna Gaines, the fixer-upper lady on Instagram? They have a cute little farm, and that's all they post. And they have 5 little kids. I'm like, that looks so nice. They're out there, like, picking strawberries and,
that
like,
sounds
playing
awesome.
with their goats. And I'm like, I want that.
Yeah.
See,
I'll have to check that
for
out.
me, it's like a give and take, because I know it would be awesome, right? Have however many acres with the animals and all that. But then, all right, well, can we really leave now?
Right, that's the thing. Like, you can't really go on vacation.
I want to go on vacation this weekend. It's like, all right, well, do we have anybody that even knows all the stuff and where all our things are to be able to manage that?
I think that's what our problem was. We realized how much responsibility it is at this point in our life, and just... It was like, if we went on vacation, we'd have to have the neighbor girl come over, and she was not cheap to take care of the horses. It's crazy.
Yeah, maybe when we get older, that might sound more appealing to us. Like, I don't feel like traveling as much now, whatever.
Right,
have my
probably
land.
Smart.
Yeah. So, anyway, are you guys working on anything to, like, come out with something apart from, like...
Jade is working on I don't really do anything.
You have, like, a new jewelry line.
Yeah, right? Yeah. So my friend Carly, who was on the show with me, we've been friends since Crystal's season. We're coming out with a jewelry line, hopefully before Mother's Day, with one of our friends. Cool. And they're just simple bar necklaces, but they have, like, a really powerful meaning behind them. I think it's kind of inspired by our own podcast, because we have a podcast together about being moms and just empowering women and just not mom shaming or human shaming each other, And so I guess that's kind of the meaning behind it. But no, I mean, he's kind of like the behind the scenes guy. He helps me a lot with everything.
I'm her little bitch.
the unsung hero.
Her assistant.
Well, we do have a little show that's coming out on YouTube with our friends Ashley and Jared.
Oh, nice.
Oh, what's that going to be?
And I think Nick Vial makes a couple appearances, and Dean, and it's just kind of like life post Bachelor.
Oh, okay.
And it's mostly Ashley and Jared's show. But it comes out soon, and so that's something people can watch if they're interested in. I'm not even sure exactly how it's turning out, but
So it's on YouTube, you said?
it's gonna be on.
So they just like film it themselves and
There's a production team.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, because YouTube's coming out with their own stuff, same with like Snapchat and all these other ones. Yeah.
Yeah, the people that do like Married at First Sight, the production team behind that is
okay.
doing this.
Yeah, they
okay.
put the money behind it, and we were like, okay, we have free time. Like,
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I guess we'll do some filming, and it's going to be interesting. I mean, Jared does Chippendales in Vegas, and it's like following us on our move here, and it'll be cute. But that's coming out in May too, right?
Yeah.
Kind of in relation to when The Bachelorette airs.
Okay, that's cool. I mean, it's nice to have opportunities to do stuff like that.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah.
Fun stuff. We'll see how long it lasts. But just doing the whole social media thing, honestly. As silly as that sounds. But
No, you're 100% right, and that's a conversation me and Nicole have time and time again. You know, sometimes somebody will say something like, "Why are you doing these posts?" Like, all right, buddy. When somebody comes up to you and says, "Hey, you want $2,000 or $3,000 for this picture?" What are you going to say? I'm good.
Right.
I don't want it.
yeah, you don't say no, because there'll become a time when you wish someone would offer you
Yeah,
that.
exactly. So, and just the progress that you get in life, right? Like before, it's like, oh, they're going to give you this free, and it's like, oh, that's really cool. But now it's like, well, I don't want it free. You know?
Right. So you guys have been on a few shows. Which of the shows do best for social media, and do you guys gain more followers from one show versus the other? I'm curious, like how that all
Big
ranks.
Brother's pretty big on followers, right?
You got that right.
Yeah.
They're the biggest of the CBS
It's
side.
big. It's
It is the biggest with the following, but it's not the most viewed. Survivor's the most watched.
yeah. It's just I think
But
it's
Survivor people don't get a lot, like a ton of
That's
followers.
the
Because I
thing.
think it's like a different people. Maybe they don't
demographic.
have like the Instagram or something. I don't know.
It's because, and I think it's really because of how active on social media that you can be with Big Brother. It's live 24 hours a day. People are on Reddit and Twitter constantly, and so it's mostly the younger generation. But it's really almost like a phenomenon. Actually, how much and for you guys, I mean, Big Brother is one thing, but The Bachelor, Bachelorette, oh my gosh,
it's insane.
Especially
Like-
recently, as as social media progresses, each year
more and more.
The last person that gets off still has more followers than like 3 years ago.
Oh,
The
It
person,
blows my mind.
It blows my. Do you know? I was laying in bed and I was like, Victor, I'm watching. You said it's Cassie.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm watching Cassie's Instagram right now go up like 0.1 million. It's
Yeah, like every
watch
20
this
minutes.
With,
Yeah,
and I
it's
was
like-
like, oh my! I'm like, Victor, she posted this 10 minutes ago, and it's got like 200,000.
Yeah.
Like I was so fascinated by it. I'm
Well,
like,
the Bachelorette's
how?
weird because you are yourself on the show. Like on Survivor and The Challenger and Big Brother, like a lot of times you might not act like yourself. You might lie, cheat, do things to get
Gotcha.
ahead, make
Yeah, yeah.
alliance. So you're not really like you could be acting a little bit just for the show. Where on the Bachelor, Bachelorette, it's like a true like look into your life, and then your life after that is a true continuation of what they saw on the show.
That's true. And then like The Bachelor, they love playing up people's personal tragedies, I feel like. So it's always like somebody has like a backstory.
Can
that you
relate.
and
empathy.
that gets... And so I feel like people really connect when you be vulnerable. Whereas on like Survivor, maybe they'll share one person's story, and then that person usually becomes a fan favorite.
Right.
And so where The Bachelor, they're sharing lots of people's stories. You go on a one-on-one, they expect you to say something vulnerable to The Bachelor. And so I feel like they always talk about people's stories, and I feel like that's something that connects people, and then they want to see what happens if you get your happy ending.
Yeah.
And that's why they follow you.
But yeah, Survivor people, then it's almost not worth following because you're not following them playing a game on a beach. They're just at home doing whatever. It's like a totally
that's like
separation.
a way to think of it.
Yeah, and then it has like a end, a definite end. Like the show's over, it's one person won, and then it's kind of over.
And ABC's not stupid either. They purposefully set up the show. I mean, if you've ever noticed, it's almost like a soap opera. The way they move into the scenes and change it, and it's like you're watching somebody's life unfold in a soap opera. And like you said, after it's over, it's like, oh, what's next? You know what I mean? Like, what's
these are
going
real
on?
couples.
They're people like they didn't find love. Like, where are they going to find it now?
Right. Yep.
Yeah, that's why Bachelor in Paradise is so successful too, I think, because it's like the continuation of, this girl got her heart broken on the show, but now she has a second chance, and then they want to see that happen, and I feel like that's why I mean, they have it down. They're smart people. Yeah.
And if you go on Bachelor in Paradise, would you go back to anything else, or is that like the end all for?
Usually the end all. Occasionally, like our buddy Nick went on The Bachelorette, and then he went on Paradise, and then he became the actual lead, the Bachelor, because he kind of developed a storyline. People liked him, whatever.
Yeah,
so,
he had like a redemption story.
That's kind of a one-off. But Colton did Bachelorette, and then went to Paradise, and then went back to the lead too.
Oh, he went to Paradise? I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm.
So, but it's more rare though. Usually that's kind of the end of the line.
Interesting. We do a segment. It's called Weird or Normal. Okay. And so I typically, or Nicole, we pick something, that the other person does that one thinks it's weird. And then, we kind of ask, is this weird or normal?
Okay.
So Nicole.
It's usually him picking on me 100% of the time.
Because she's really weird. So she loves to pop pimples.
Yeah, I do.
She loves to find pimples, pop them, squeeze them, all that. And she even went as far to say the other day while we were driving, she's like, I want to come up with an invention.
Now you're giving it away.
A pimple popper?
A pimple popper simulator.
Yeah, like if I could grow blackheads and pop them.
Like grow them on yourself or
no,
on
not on
else?
myself.
Like I was thinking something like a large petri dish type deal that has like a film layer that's like skin.
Oh, yeah.
And then like you hit a button and it's like pop, 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 and like
then
4
you
or
get to
5,
pop it?
and then you get to pop it.
Do you guys like to pop zits or anything?
That's like some Jeffrey Dahmer shit.
I mean, I get this weird satisfaction from that. I understand where you're coming from.
So I think it's pretty weird.
Yes.
I think there is a subset of people who do like it. My first serious girlfriend was obsessed with it. And this was back when I was dating her in high school. So I got some pimples here and there, puberty, and every time I had one, that she had to do
Should
it.
we get excited?
Oh yeah, she'd let me pop your shit, and I'm like, oh my god, and I'd let her, but it was weird. But
Nicole gets very
he doesn't
disappointed.
get any pimples.
She gets very disappointed because she's like, you don't have anything. And I'm like, I'm happy because I think that's really weird.
you just make him dirty. Rub some stuff when he's sleeping. Rub some stuff on his face.
Just a bunch of oil on his face.
I'm not gonna lie. Every now and then, I'll see a video that comes up on Instagram or something,
I like to
in the
watch
random scroll.
Dr. Pimple Popper, but not
I was gonna ask you that.
Yeah, but I don't like the big, bloody,
Cysts
nasty
and stuff,
cysts.
yeah.
I just like little blackheads. So not blood.
Not the one that you have to cut open.
No,
and then it
I don't want to have to
bubbles
cut.
out.
Just
cut
give it
anything
time.
open.
Pimples are like the marijuana; they're the gateway drugs. So you're gonna be really into all that real nasty shit.
I started into blackheads and now I'm into cysts.
There was I have a story that's weird too. There was a girl at this FabFitFun shoot that I had to do, and I was peeling. We went to Hawaii, and I was sunburned, and I was peeling, and she was like, "Oh my god, you're peeling!" And I'm like, "Yeah," and she's like, "I have this thing where I like to peel people's skin."
Oh my god!
That makes me gross out, but I don't have any room to talk.
But then 2 minutes later, she was literally scratching me, and I'm like, "Oh my god, she's trying to peel me."
Oh my god!
That's
That reminds me of
Gold
Member.
This is this perfect piece of skin. She eats it.
And you didn't know her either. It wasn't someone you really
she
knew.
was just part of the crew. And I'm like, okay.
This isn't weird. It's only weird if you say you think it's weird.
That's weird.
Would you pop somebody else's pimple that you didn't know?
No, I think only Victor, or maybe my brother, or my best friend.
So if I had one underneath my hat right now, you wouldn't want to do it.
I don't think so. I don't know, because then I feel like you'd really have to offer it up.
Would you have the urge though?
No, it's mainly just my family.
So
or someone I'm close to.
You heard it here first. If there ever comes out, a weird skin thing that comes up with pimples and you can pop them,
That's yours.
That was Nicole's idea.
Yeah, it's a good idea for people who are like me.
And because it just makes me think, what do you get, refill pus packets on the side?
Oh my gosh! Okay, you're being too much.
Yeah, you have to.
Yeah, because what? It's going to run out of pus at some point.
Right.
Or
Yeah.
Okay.
Do they smell?
No, see, I don't like if they smell. I just like
Gotcha.
the little tiny.
Yeah.
The ones I like watching is when she goes on people's noses. Dr. Pimple Popper. I actually talked about her on Big Brother, and then she heard about it and she shouted me out. Anyways, but on her nose, on the nose when there's all the blackheads.
The blackheads, yeah.
Yeah. So I did take a tool to his nose once, and that he was crying. So
It's so bad. It's so bad. Yeah,
he has the tiniest pores. Victor does.
You got some blackheads in there. I can see them.
Uh-oh.
No, I won't come after
You know, I get a weird gratification from watching chiropractor videos. I don't know what it is, just watching and then hearing the gut. And I'm just like, ooh. And it's almost like he just did it to me.
Oh, see, that terrifies me.
Me
We
too.
went to a chiropractor like 6 months ago, and just to like think about it, and I never went back.
Really?
Yeah.
You didn't even do it?
No,
You just walked in and walked out?
He's very sensitive about his body and like people doing things to it. He has this thing on his head that's like what is it?
It's I don't even know what it's called. It's
It's
like a
like
pilar cyst. I guess it's pretty normal. It's like a hair follicle that. And it's like a bump. But
Okay.
It's filled with fluid, technically.
Don't get too excited over there. Okay?
But we went to the dermatologist because he had to have it taken out, and they just cut it open a little bit, and it kind of pops out like a kidney bean. They said it's hard.
Oh, okay.
And he was laying on the table, and they only put the needle in to numb the area. And he has like fainting episodes.
I fainted.
And
You fainted?
I'm talking,
I faint when I get blood.
I'm talking not just like
Really?
a cute faint. Like he was on the table, and I watched his eyes roll back, and it was like he was having an exorcism. Like he was like, oh my god!
No
And
way.
his whole body got stiff, pale. He was sweating. He was like freaking everybody out. And then he comes to, and he goes, "Is it over?" I was like, "They just stuck the needle in to numb you, no?"
Oh my gosh, you probably freaked them out so bad.
Yeah,
like, is he
big win.
having an allergic reaction? What's
Yeah,
going
they acted
on?
like they've never seen that before.
Yeah. So I'm pretty sure if a chiropractor actually popped your back, you'd faint.
Oh yeah, probably.
I had one time I went and I had to get like a steroid shot. I was sick. I don't know if I had like I had tonsillitis, right? And they had given me stuff that didn't work. She's like, all right, so we're going to give you the strongest steroid we have. And I was like, okay, that's fine. She's like, just stand, stand at the edge of the bed. You can just stand up and just, pull it down because we're going to give you a shot in the butt. And I was like, all right, no problem. She hits me with the shot and I'm like, ooh, this is painful. And she's like, yeah, it's going to hurt. And then I come to, because I passed out. I'm convulsing and my head hurts and I'm like, what the heck just happened? She's like, you fell back, you hit your head on the table
Oh my God.
and hit the floor.
Yeah, that's
Wow.
bad.
And
Yeah.
like my arm was bleeding, my head hurt, and I was just like, what the? She's like, yeah, you fell. I couldn't catch you fast enough. Like you were already hitting the ground when I turned around. And I was like, I could have just died in here.
That happens to me anytime.
Yeah.
So like, if I go to get blood drawn, I've got to tell them, hey,
I'm surprised
I
they
pass
say
out.
yes.
I need to lay down.
Yeah.
That way, if I do go under, I'm at least not going to bust my head
Yeah,
open.
hurt yourself.
Yeah, this is why I tell them this is why men don't have the babies.
Yeah. So, like, say, like Jade or Emmy or something gets like hurt. Does it freak you out?
Oh no, I'm fine with their blood. It's just
you
my
are.
stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, it's my body.
Yeah.
It's not
That's
the-
good.
Yeah.
So is it good?
Because some people can't handle like anything. Like I can't look. But
Yeah, I mean, I once saw somebody break their finger, and when they put their hand up, their finger was like
That happened to me
sideways.
too, actually, and that didn't bother me. I didn't pass out from that.
Oh,
It's
so
like
it's like
it's like
needles.
anytime, not even needles really. It's just like anytime
The thought
I
of
feel
something
like
leaving your body.
yeah, it's like my innards becoming outwards. Like that's what does it.
I like that
funny.
phrasing.
innards becoming out.
So we do have some listener questions
Okay.
for
Yeah,
you guys. They were nice enough, and we really do appreciate you guys that did send in questions. So
Okay, so I remember one is, so how was The Bachelor in Paradise different than The Bachelor / Bachelorette, and which was harder? But you kind of touched on the first thing already, so like which one was harder? You guys met on the second one, so
Yeah, I
I feel
mean,
like...
Paradise is way more relaxed
Is it?
because on the first show it's like 25 guys going for one girl, and on Paradise it's like 10 guys, 10 girls. It's way more relaxed,
yep.
and not all the focus is on you. Like on the first show on Bachelor Bachelorette, if you're with the lead, I mean they got 8 cameras around you, and it's all the pressure of the whole night is mounted up because that's like your 1 10-minute segment.
Is
with
it
them.
hard to be yourself when you have like 8 cameras?
At first, it was. I mean,
'Cause
it still even is to me, honestly. But at
Oh
first,
yeah,
it's
Tanner
super
has like
hard.
he has like a camera front that he puts on.
Really?
Oh yeah.
See, like for Big Brother, I'm not good at shows when I know the camera's on me. For Big Brother, though, you can't see the cameras. There's no cameramen. And so
Right.
I'm just living in a house, like everyone's watching on live feeds. And it was so easy because I didn't know what they were going to air.
Right.
And
Yeah.
I wasn't in the public to like worry about it. And then on The Amazing Race, with the cameras following me.
there's only really one camera because that's the
it's-
one that's with you.
And it's like right here in your face. And
Then
it's
it's
like, I
harder.
feel
Yeah.
different. Like,
Yeah.
I want to yell at you, or I want to, like, it was harder to be myself. And it was actually, I feel like Big Brother portrayed me better type thing.
And I think on top of that, most shows record, air later.
Yeah.
Big Brother, when you leave the house, it's over.
Yeah.
You don't have to relive it. You know what I mean? Like, whatever happened.
That's true.
You know, hopefully you're a good enough person to where that's what, you know, is seen. And, you know, typically if you're a good person, that's what comes out. And so you don't really have to worry. If you record like now that we're watching The Amazing Race or watch The Amazing Race whenever this airs.
Yeah, well, like, is that fight on there? Or?
Yeah, like you don't know.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
like,
the unknown of the edit. It's scary.
Yeah, it is. And your guys' is edited after, too, right?
Yeah.
It's months, yeah. So I think The Bachelor, it films in September and it doesn't air till January. So there's the whole holiday that you have time, but you don't know what's... and they have so much footage because they do film for about 12, 14 hours a day.
Oh, yeah.
You never know what they could just take with that one little bite that you said, but you had one too many glasses of wine.
Yeah.
And then...
Can you drink however much you want? Or do they like...
During our season, you can, but then they got into a little
slope.
bit of trouble. And so now it's like a 2-drink per hour thing or something.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were going to say like 2 drink, and I'm like, that's actually really good. Like 2 drinks, I'm wasted.
hour. I mean,
Well, because some people, they get,
sloppy.
Oh my God. Or they get stressed and they're drinking and...
That's probably what I would be stressed, and I would try to have a glass of wine, and it might turn
it's tough,
into
though,
2.
Because Bachelor, the cameras are like in your face. There's legit like 3 of them within our distance right now, and you're supposed to like talk about your feelings like on the spot. Like that was what was hard for me. Being like sincere and like romantic was really hard for me on camera. Like when it was just like shit talking around the house with the guys, that was cool.
That's like Big Brother.
Yeah.
So you'd be like, I can just hang out and do whatever.
And it's not like cue your lovey-dovey interesting story about your life right now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like typically you have time for that to just come out organically in a conversation that reminds you of that moment.
Right.
But not like, all right, hit me with it now.
It's hard. Yeah.
Oh yeah, there would be times on Bachelor in Paradise where we would be on a date and they, we'd kiss or something, and they'd be like, "Can you like kiss a little bit more?" And he was so nervous. He was like, "I can't. There's a camera 2 feet from my face. Like, how am I supposed to act like this is organic? Like, you want me to make out with her?" And then it's just weird.
Yeah.
I got to the point where I had to tell him, "Hey, can you back up and just like zoom in or something? Like, an extra 10 feet will do me a world of difference because I want to see you in my peripheral."
But Paradise is definitely less stressful. It's easier. I found The Bachelor very so much pressure and they put the guy on a pedestal that you feel like this is the best person there ever is and this person's perfect for me.
So do you really feel like that? Like, I'm curious, like when you go on, what if you don't like the person? What do you do?
But you kind of want to stay there long enough because, hey, there's a possibility I can do something else.
That happens all the time.
Oh, Tanner didn't have a connection with Caitlin, and he's like, I'm just going to roll with this as long as I can. But no, they do. It's kind of a weird social experiment where it's a little bit of brainwashing. Every day they'll sit you in an interview and they'll be like, how hot does he look today? And then they try to...
Well, and everyone around you is liking him, so it almost becomes like a competition. You're like, oh, he is cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's so funny.
It's an interesting show.
If you guys could be on Big Brother or The Amazing Race, which one would you choose?
I think it'd be fun to do Amazing Race together.
Yeah, I think that's
now that we're a couple,
I feel
it'd be fun to just go through that experience together. I mean, personally, I would rather do Big Brother for me, just because I like that type of gameplay more so. I would love Survivor, honestly, the most. That's my CBS dream, but I would say Amazing Race for the 2 of us.
Yeah, I agree. I would say Amazing Race, but Tanner's always talked about going on the challenge as a joke. He's like, "Oh, I'd love to go on that show," and I was like, "You are not going on that show."
Putting my foot down.
But I would let him go on Big Brother. I think you would excel. So
and Survivor, and like you said, Survivor. It's even 1/3 of the time, so less away from your family, and you would probably like that more.
How long is Big Brother?
99 days.
Oh wow,
that's a long time. 3 months. Yeah.
I did not know that.
You wouldn't let me be gone that long.
Yeah, now with another baby on the way.
Survivor is 40 days, 39 days, so I could do that. I would love that.
And I think since you guys have been in a relationship for some time now, I think the race would be like when we were dating, we weren't married or anything. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
how long is Amazing Race?
It's like 28 days, something like that.
Yeah, so that'd be awesome. And plus, our skill set is so different. I feel like we would complement each other.
Gosh, we would fight so much.
Yeah, we'd fight a lot.
But it'd probably be like funny.
You know,
yeah, like you guys seem super sweet. It's like funny banter,
that's
but
the thing. Like
it can get serious.
If
too.
you guys watch and we ever do fight, you'll see like reflection of yourselves. Like if you're in the car and you went the wrong way or something, and it's like,
right.
you think it's like life threatening, and really it's like not.
Right. Yeah, I'm super competitive, so
and he thinks he's right about everything.
Which I am.
Yes, I understand. I'm in the same boat.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I get to see the fights already. Oh my god.
That'd be good.
It would be fun. I would love to do it.
Yeah.
It would be a good experience.
Because it's like,
I think.
when else would you be able to do that?
And then travel to so many countries
to
and show
everywhere
that,
and do very unique things in like the culture. Yeah.
Yeah. And
But aren't you? I don't know. Watching the show always gives me so much anxiety because I feel like it's adrenaline the whole
It is.
hour.
24/7.
I live for that.
They're like bringing up Big Brother and stuff into this, but if you had to pick 5 people from the Bachelor Nation to play Big Brother with or spend an entire summer in the house with, who would you pick?
This is a good question for you, Tanner.
Yeah, so my best friends from the show are Jared and JJ. They were both on my season. So probably Jared and Ashley, because we could have a really good like alliance with them.
Yeah.
But I would also want someone that I'd like didn't like. You have to have like a little bit of banter. You have to have an adversary.
And the target to put on somebody's back 24/7.
Right.
You know?
Are you going to name this person?
I'm trying to think.
Oh, that's funny.
I don't know. You got anyone, Jade?
You have to have a villain of some sort. You got to bring somebody in. You have to have someone.
All right, I'll bring Nick. Nick can be my villain.
Oh, you're going to make Nick the villain?
Yep.
He will love that, let me tell you.
And then your best friend's Carly, right?
Yeah, my best friend's Carly, so I'd obviously have to have her there for an alliance.
Yeah.
But then also everyone would know we were like a couple, like an alliance couple or whatever, and they would try to break us up and probably get voted out.
But yeah.
Who else?
Maybe like a friend that's not so openly your friend.
Yeah.
Because then, hey, work with them and they don't know we're working together.
That's what you got to do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
A question that just came up to me was, you said you were friends with people from your season. So do you create bonds, even though you're fighting for like love for the same person, you become close with like your competition?
Yeah, I think he becomes more close, honestly, because the whole Caitlyn season, I was there like 7 weeks. I spent like an hour and a half with her, and I spent like a zillion hours with the guys. So like you become way more friends with them and you do the lead.
So you don't see it as like...
but I would say like you really like half the house and then you really hate half the house.
Okay. So then you do have people that you're like, I just really want to make it further than them.
Yeah, and there's some people that you just do not mess with and you just hope they get voted out just because you're tired of seeing them every day. But then there's other people who you really like. I feel like it's, at least for me, it was a very hard like split down the middle.
Got you.
Yeah.
I can see that with personalities.
Yeah. For girls, it's more apparent. I don't know if the guys are more apparent with who they don't like, but with girls, you get catty. Oh, yeah. So there's definitely divided lines on who's friends with who. It's very cliquey in the house. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So to close this out, the Spanish word of the day.
Okay.
I'm going to tell you the Spanish word.
Okay.
It's something that we already talked about in the episode, so that should help a little bit. Okay. You might know it right off the bat. I don't know how good you are with Spanish.
So we have to guess it?
Yes.
Okay.
You're helping Nicole. She typically gets it wrong. She got like one right with a caller that helped her. So Spanish word of the day today is caballo.
Is that a horse?
I was going to say horse. Yeah.
Good job.
There you go. That high school Spanish really helped. All right. Yeah. Caballo means horse. So whoever's driving their car. Yeah.
What's head then?
Cabeza.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was going to guess horse, but I was like, it's horse or head.
What's caballero? Is that something else?
Like a gentleman.
Gentleman. Okay.
Yeah. Right. Caballero. Okay. Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Very cool.
All right. Well, thank you, Jade and Tanner.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah, thanks for having us on.
Yeah, you guys were awesome. You guys can follow them on social media at
Tanner.Tolbert on Instagram.
And mine's Jade Liz Roper.
Yeah, so very cute couple. I mean, very cute little kid. One on the way in the oven. But no, really, thank you guys so much.
Yes.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
See ya.
We hope you enjoyed that conversation.
Oh, I wish you would have said it. I wish you would have said it how you just said it. She was like, I hope you enjoyed that conversation.
That's what I said.
That conversation was enjoyable.
Yeah, that is. Can't show my really weird side yet.
Guys, you have no idea.
That'll be season 2.
We do weird or normal segments, but Nicole is actually really weird.
If we said what we really wanted to say, we would have 0 listeners. No,
it's not even like that. It's
No.
just like it's if you see Nicole, especially after she eats a lot of sugar, and if you wait like give it like 30 minutes after Nicole eats a bunch of sugar, and she'll get really weird. She's like a child. She'll get all hyped up for the next like hour and a half, maybe 2.
Yeah.
And then after that, she'll hit a sugar crash. I swear, she's...
Yeah, sometimes Victor enjoys my weirdness, and sometimes he gets annoyed.
Yeah, sometimes I'm like, baby, that's enough. Like, all right,
You do not say it that polite.
I'm never that mean about it.
Okay, wink, wink, wink.
All right, so today... I got the Spanish word of the day for you, babe.
You're looking at your phone like you can't remember it.
No, this is the review that I'm going to read in a little bit. I just had it on my phone. So the Spanish word of the day is conejo. Conejo. Conejo, I think.
Corn dog.
Conejo. Yeah. No.
Why didn't you do cheeseburgerosa?
That would be hamburguesa.
Yeah,
but that's
I would've
different.
got that
Hamburger. But no, it's conejo.
I'll take a hint for 100.
It's an animal.
Say it.
Conejo. They use it in magic.
Oh, rabbit. Dang it. I don't know. I didn't know what a rabbit was. I didn't know that.
Wait, well, now you know. It's conejo. It's a rabbit.
Conejo.
Conejo. And actually, for people that don't know, the J in Spanish is pronounced like a H. So,
Like Jose.
Jose, conejo, Juan.
Yep.
Yeah, so that's just a good little tidbit of
That was
information.
a random one.
It was a random one, but I thought it would be good. I don't know. You like animals. We see rabbits here all the time. So,
Yeah.
so now you can, next time you see a rabbit around here, you can't say rabbit. You got to say conejo.
Conejo.
Okay?
Okay.
Do you even remember any of the Spanish words after we do them?
No.
Nicole's going to have a really hard time because when we have babies, I'm going to only talk to the baby in Spanish. And it's going to the baby's going to get to an age where me and said baby will be able to communicate in Spanish. And Toto
You're ridiculous.
is going to be like, okay, I don't speak Spanish. Like, you guys got to speak English because I'm out of the conversation.
You really think that's going to happen?
Yes, I 100. Unless you get it now and start learning Spanish and do the Rosetta Stone or whatever classes you need to do. If not, it'll just be me and little baby girl, little baby boy.
Why can't I learn with the baby?
You can't. You know when you say that, you know what I picture? I picture the baby in like a little in a desk, in like a school desk, and you sitting next to the baby.
Really? I don't picture that at all.
In a school desk, and me like on a chalkboard.
No.
Hola, casa,
Oh my God.
perro.
Oh my God.
And you and the baby just like, hola, casa, perro.
Oh my God. That's funny. That's a good vision.
That is cute. Yeah.
So we're going to homeschool our kids? We could.
No. I trust the school system here.
Okay.
They're good to go. All right. So now we are going to read our reviews that we have picked. There's so many good ones, and we really appreciate you guys. And the reason we do this is because we love the feedback, and this is part of what drives us, actually a big part of what drives us to do this podcast. So take it away, babe.
This one is called A Bonding Podcast, 5 stars by 4 Kids for Me. I am so appreciative of your podcast. My teenage daughter and I are fans of Big Brother. That's a seasonal thing, but your podcast is a constant thing. I love that my 15-year-old and I, 52 years old, can chat about your honest and hilarious podcast. It opens up a different line of communication that is sometimes hard at this age. Keep up the authenticity because that's what today's teens need to strive towards.
Oh, that's
I know,
cool.
it's sweet.
That is really sweet. Well, we appreciate that.
Yeah.
We're happy that we can bring you guys together. So this one is Love, 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 which I feel like we've heard Love, Love, Love before, but it's still
a different
awesome.
one.
This one has an exclamation point at the end. Maybe another one did. I don't know. This is from Liv 2855. I just wanted to let you know how much I love your podcast, especially the Weird or Normal segment. I tend to always agree with Nicole, and my husband agrees with Victor.
Ooh.
Because I am, quote unquote, messy, and my husband is the clean freak. However, I will have to say I have started getting out of the shower differently since Victor explained why and how he gets out.
Oh my gosh, that's hilarious. Do not fall for his crap.
It's true.
Oh, I've been getting out the same way.
You always make me think about weird things I do. Keep up the great work. Always excited for a new episode to be available.
Aw, thank you.
Yeah, that was a good one. I like that.
Well, you know what Victor started doing now is he looks at me midday and goes, "Are you going to shower tonight?" And I told him I laid down the law yesterday and said that is unacceptable. You do not tell me when to shower. I will shower. I'm going to shower on my own, of course. Just let me shower. If you tell me to shower, I don't want to freaking shower for a week.
She's getting herself all riled up.
It's rude.
This was yesterday. And
it's rude, and I showered the day before.
She's igniting the flame again.
I can't help that his pits smell when he sweats, and mine don't.
I put deodorant on; they don't smell.
Yeah,
mean.
okay.
So this is our life. This is the raw, uncut version of Nic and Vic.
Yeah.
Well, I hope you guys enjoyed. We really appreciate you guys. Make sure to rate, review, and subscribe on that little purple podcast app on your phone, which is Apple Podcasts. And you can listen to this anywhere you listen to podcasts right now, Google Play, Spotify, Stitcher. You can always go to www.cococalientepodcast.com. You can listen there, and you can also check out our merchandise. Don't forget to follow us at Coco Caliente Podcast on Instagram, at Coco Caliente Pod on Twitter. Thank you guys so much.
Thank you.